Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Welcome back to Insane Worlds 6, the SS Beichimo. This next entry takes us to the Arctic Ocean itself, as it claimed that a ghost ship sometimes haunts the waters near the Seahorse Islands near Point Barrow in Alaska. After 20 years of operation, the Swedish cargo steamer known as the SS Beichimo was trapped in the ice and forced to be abandoned in 1931. It dislodged and floated about the Arctic before anyone could return to salvage it. Unlike most ghostly vessels, sightings of the SS Beichimo were indeed real sightings of an abandoned ship, and some people were even able to get on board throughout the 1930s. Sightings of the vessel would continue up to 1969, either coming from Inuit people living in the area or other explorers, though none dared to board or salvage the ship ever again. Though the ship's wreckage was never discovered, even after a concentrated effort to locate it in 2006, some claim that the apparition of the SS Beichimo still glides silently on the icy waters of the Arctic. 5. Salekhard-Igarka Railway. From 1947 to 1953, Gulag prisoners of the Soviet Union were forced into the arduous task of building more than 800 miles of railway track in the frigid north of Siberia. Only around half of the track would succeed in being built, the project grinding to a halt after the death of Joseph Stalin in 1953, but the Salekhard-Igarka Railway project wouldn't end before leading to the deaths of over 300,000 people. In time, the incomplete railway would achieve another name, Stalin's Railway of Death, and the deaths didn't just stem from overworking and exhaustion. It is said that many prisoners bled out due to the massive swarms of mosquitoes in the area. Many of the abandoned, dilapidated structures still stand to this day, and some urban explorers claim to hear tormented, ethereal screams, sounds of labor, and other ghostly activity among the ruins. Number 4. Kvitok. The next legend on this list can be found on the list and aptly named Greenland. The legend of the Kvitok pertains more to multiple beings than a single ghost, but it is a haunting figure nonetheless. The people of Greenland claim that large, brooding, spectral figures prowl the icy tundra, hunting after people unlucky enough to cross paths with them. The word Kvitok also pertains to people who are banished from communities and effectively left to freeze to death with little chance of survival. Over time, however, people claim to see these banished folks nonetheless somehow surviving in the tundra against all odds. Perhaps this is where their penchant for hunting people comes from, dire survival instincts. The legend of the Kvitok was made famous by a 1956 Danish film titled simply Kvitok, dropping one of the T's in its name. Number 3. The Ghost of Augustus Piers. In 1853, a fur trader by the name of Augustus Piers tragically passed away in his 30s due to natural circumstances. However, before his passing, Piers made it very clear that he didn't want to be buried where he worked, Fort Macpherson, and so a colleague and dog sled runner by the name of Roderick McFarlane offered to transfer Piers's body down the Mackenzie River to a new location. What occurred during the trek, however, would leave McFarlane very unlikely to ever agree to such a task again. According to his journal, the dog sled driver reported hearing a commanding voice ring out from nowhere, telling the dogs to protect the body from wild scavengers. The dogs complied, but this would be far from the only harrowing occurrence. A spectral form would float outside of McFarlane's tent during the night, frightening the man beyond words. Number 2. The Myling. Harrowing tales of the Myling are told all across Scandinavia, as they are certainly in the upper echelons of Norse legend notoriety. However, unlike Thor and Loki, stories of these spirits really took off the more Christianity made its way into Scandinavia. The Millingar are said to be the ghost of a child born out of wedlock, in which the mother leaves the child out in the wilderness to die. Lest both the mother and child get punished by the church, many believe that since the child would be unbaptized, there was little to stop them from a doomed fate as a ghost. Unlike most ghosts, however, the Myling does a bit more than simply haunt a location. It constantly cries out for years and years and pesters passers-by, begging them to give the spectral child a name. More vengeful, Mylinger actively try to disclose their mother's secret to anyone who will listen, sometimes manifesting during her wedding day. 1. The Phantom Trapper of Labrador. A ghost haunts the snowy fields of the Canadian province of Labrador, and he goes simply by the name of Smoker to those who tell his tale. Sticking it out in the frigid north, the man whose real name was allegedly Esau first started off his entrepreneurship as a trapper, but meeting little success, he turned to brewing moonshine instead. This got him into trouble with the mountain police quite often, which prompted Smoker to double down on his plan. He fastened a suit of all-white furs, adopted an all-white husky dog sledding team to blend in with the snow, and escaped persecution. He met with success for a while, but a drunken fall prompted the bootlegger to break his back in the snowy north, where he shortly died. However, some claim to see a snowy spectral trapper continuously sled through the snow in North Canada. It is even claimed that the man cried out to God himself before dying, begging to become a ghost out of fear that he'd be sent to hell. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.